Kia ora. This is John Winters, Supermarket Sleuth, coming to you once again from Auckland here in New Zealand. And what are we going to talk about this week? Well, prices is going to be top of our agenda, and also we'll be looking at biscuits. So what are we doing first of all? Well, price wars are the name of the game once again in the UK. What is now the key focus points for supermarkets around the world? Many people are out of work or on reduced incomes, so the cost of living is uppermost in people's minds. What does that lead to? And the UK is no exception to this. The re-emergence of grocery price wars. These are expected to be happening there soon. Morrison's has followed Asda with a fresh round of reductions on everyday items. It says it's cutting and holding down the price of over 400 of its most popular products. Cutting them by an average of 23%, that's a big cut. It's on items like fruit and vegetables, meat, bread, breakfast cereal, rice, toilet rolls and cleaning products. These are in addition to cuts made on over 800 lines since last year. Industry data has shown the chain as being one of the best performing supermarkets in recent months. Morrison's latest move is to improve its competitiveness by following Asda's unveiling of its latest rollback event of a £100 million investment in lower prices on thousands of own label and branded products across food, baby and toys. At the same time, Tesco is pushing its Aldi price match campaign heavily in store, and Sainsbury's recently said it was readying itself for a likely escalation in the grocery price war as the UK enters into recession. The Big Four will be hoping they can block Aldi and Lidl gaining a further price advantage that accelerated their growth during the 2008 and 2009 financial crisis. Both German discounters have pledged to continue their rapid expansion, whilst Lidl officially launched its Plus Rewards program to drive customer loyalty. But they're going to have their work cut out if the latest Which report is anything to go by. Shoppers could have saved themselves nearly £40 buying a trolley load of goods at Aldi rather than Waitrose last month, the consumer group claims. That's a big saving. Aldi beat all of Britain's other major supermarkets to come in first place on pricing for the 72 products, followed of course by Lidl and rival Asda. And moving from the best prices to the most expensive, Waitrose, Ocado and Sainsbury's hit your pocket much harder with their prices according to the findings. The price data focused on a range of 74 branded and supermarket own label products last month, covering everything from free-range eggs and semi-skilled milk to Hovis wholemeal bread and Knorr vegetable stock pots. Buying these products, shoppers at Aldi would have spent £66.45 last month, while those at Lidl would have paid slightly more, with the total coming to £67.17. At Asda, Tesco and Morrison's, the shopping bill for the items would have been on average £74.12, £82.11 and £84.73 respectively. And wait for it, at Sainsbury's, Ocado and high-end Waitrose, the total spend came in at £87.45, £100.16 and £105.25 respectively. Of course, supermarket own label products were not exactly the same at every supermarket, which also last month did a larger trolley analysis for August, something they don't often do, comparing the average prices of a further 91 products in every supermarket but for Aldi and Lidl. This included a bigger selection of branded items covering Branston baked beans and Flash cleaning spray, which said that such items were not typically available all year round from the discounters, hence Aldi and Lidl weren't included. In this bigger analysis, says Which, Asda at £256.31 was by far the cheapest supermarket and £15.41 cheaper than nearest rival Tesco. At Waitrose, the largest shop spend was a hefty £322.80. Aldi shoppers could have saved £66.55. Also ramping up its business, the Co-op, the good old Co-op, will be opening more than 3 new food stores each week until December as it capitalises on increased demand for local shopping, which is of course understandable with people not wanting to venture too far during this virus situation. The retailer will launch over 65 new and extended stores, with more than 100 other existing outlets having makeovers as part of a £130 million investment programme, creating another 1,000 jobs. But that's not all. Up to 12 new Co-op franchise stores are to launch this year. These include outlets at Oxford Brookes University and Stirling University, as part of a drive-by co-op to increase their presence in university locations. Clever idea. And during the first half of this year, 304 new stores joined its NISA business, with around 90% of all NISA retailers now stocking Co-op own label products. On top of that, the convenience retailer is further expanding its delivery offer by linking up with Pinger, a startup focused on offering zero-emission deliveries from local retailers. More than 500 Co-op products will initially be available through Pinger's app, serving up to 1 million people, leaving close to one of the 5 convenience retailer stores located in Hackney, Stepney and Stoke Newington. Once an order is made, grocery items are selected by a Pinger partner and delivered to the customer's door in 90 minutes or less, mainly on foot, electric scooter or bicycle. I can't quite see how they can do it on an electric scooter. Perhaps it's got a little pannier on the back or something. And in passing, in announcing its second quarter results, Asda's finance chief hinted that Walmart would only sell a stake in its UK subsidiary to a company that it considered beneficial to the chain's future growth, which is good news. Walmart confirmed last month that talks with potential buyers of a stake in Asda had restarted after putting talks on hold in April due to COVID-19. Now let's turn once again to Jack's. We haven't talked about them for a while. The Jack's food range, developed by Tesco at its discount format, can be bought elsewhere too. It's being made available by Booker to Budgens and Londis retailers. The move follows the recent rollout of the value range to Tesco's one-stop convenience banner. It has not been confirmed whether the Booker's deal also includes other symbol chains, Premier and Family Shopper. The 50-strong range will eventually include chilled and frozen lines, as well as grocery and impulse products. Turning to the ability to be able to identify healthier products on the shelf, health campaigners and some leading suppliers want the government to replace the UK's front-of-pack traffic light nutrition labels with the Nutri-Score system used in other parts of Europe. The remainder... I jumped one then. Excuse me a moment while I turn the page. Launched by the French government in 2017, Nutri-Score grades foods from A to E according to their overall nutritional quality. The score involves 7 different parameters of nutrient information per 100 gram of food, usually available on food packaging. High content of fruit and vegetables, fibre and protein leads to our preferable score, while high content of calories, sugar, saturated fat and salt takes the score in the opposite direction. Now this is a really good thing, because the traffic light system tends to focus on things that are good in food and give that a green light, and doesn't touch upon those that are not good. So you might be buying something that, say, very little salt in it or very little sugar but a lot of fat, whereas this system covers it all, and I think that's a lot easier for shoppers to understand. The system being considered as part of the consultation under Boris Johnson's recently announced strategy to tackle obesity in the UK, which includes a ban on promotions of unhealthy food. A more draconian system using front-of-pack warnings on products high in fat, salt or sugar is also being considered. Well, I hope they go for the first one. Now, turning to a couple of lighter stories. Firstly, Nestlé has launched a limited edition gin and tonic flavoured variant of its iconic After 8 range. The After 8 gin and tonic and mint in a 200-gram carton variants available in the UK and Ireland via Amazon and Ocado, as well as from supermarkets and convenience stores. The new variant features gin and tonic flavoured mint fondant covered in dark chocolate and is free from artificial colours, flavours and preservatives. I wonder if children are allowed to buy that. That might give them a taste for alcohol. Secondly, I'm returning to my favourite snacks, chocolate digestives. They've been named the UK's favourite biscuit in a new poll, and that doesn't surprise me. Some 2,000 Britons responded to a survey and chose the McVitie's Classic their favourite. My favourite too. Shortbread came in second. Yeah, I like that. Good. With chocolate fingers, Jaffa cakes. Yeah, I enjoy those too. And chocolate hobnobs. Yeah, making up the top 5. The remainder of the top 20 in order is from custard creams at number 6. They've been around years. Jammy Dodgers at 7, Maryland cookies at 8, bourbon at 9, crunch cream at 10, plain digestives at 11. Yeah, I like those. Viennese whirl at 12, rich tea 13, ginger nut, great for dunking at 14, hobnob. I like those two at 15. Oreo, no. 16. Multi-milk, 17. Nice or Nice, 18. Too sweet. Fig roll, 19. And Garibaldi at 20. Now it's interesting that fig roll and Garibaldi are very similar, and I like Garibaldi. UK insight agency Perspectives Global asked 2,000 people to choose their favourite biscuit from this list of 20. Some 69% of respondents chose the chocolate digestives as their favourite. It seems the survey suggests the older generation are most partial to a ginger nut. Loved by 60% of the over 60s, but only 31% of the 16 to 29-year-olds. So youngsters are keener on US import the Oreo, with 63% picking it as a favourite compared to just 15% of the over 60s. And when it comes to the biggest biscuit lovers in the UK, who do you think they are? They're the good people of Norwich. They enjoy 650 biscuits a year, more than any other British city. Now we're going to end our trip to the UK this week with a story involving both the UK and Australia. Own label grocery products from Tesco go on sale this week in Australian discount chain The Reject Shop. I'm surprised at that. I can understand them being on sale in Australia, but The Reject Shop suggests they're not the best, and I disagree with that. Own label grocery products from Tesco are part of a 3-year agreement between the retailers that will see Tesco's packaged food, health and beauty and household lines being sold at the Reject Shop stores across the country. Products include tea, biscuits, probably including McVitie's chocolate digestives, although they're not own label, but I expect they'll pop those in as well. Soups, rice, pasta and baby care. There are no less than 354 stores owned by the Australia retailer involved in the deal. This supply deal is said to have been finalised 4 months ago and is part of the Reject Shop's drive to expand its grocery offering to better compete with the likes of Aldi and Kmart. UK groceries are around half the price of their Australian counterparts, and the Tesco deal will enable local shoppers to take advantage of that. The Reject Shop says Tesco offer customers, and their words not mine, more choice and a range of high quality products that they won't be able to source elsewhere in Australia. That's a good word in for Tesco there. It expects the range to prove popular with Australian consumers as well as the 1.2 million British expats living in the country. Yeah, they'll be all for it. They probably miss their Tesco things they buy. It's revealed it's committing for its Australian operations to be I've jumped one. Now we turn to a new initiative by Aldi in Australia. Having challenged Australia's largest retailers on price, it's now looking to lead the way when it comes to the environment. It's revealed it's committing for its Australian operations to be 100% powered by renewable electricity by 2021. Aldi currently has 555 stores and 8 distribution centres in the country and is the 64th biggest user of electricity. Aldi's made its commitment off the back of 2 10-year deals with large-scale wind farms that will power all of its New South Wales and Victorian stores. The retailer will also harness solar panel rooftops to ensure more than 250 Aldi stores and 6 distribution centres will be solar powered by the end of this year. And supermarket rooftops are quite big, so you can get a lot of solar panels on there. Now we cross the Tasman to New Zealand for a story on yet another new initiative from a New World supermarket. New World in the southern Auckland suburb of Pukekohe is the first grocery retailer in the country to offer an adaptive additional needs shopping environment. What are our adaptive additional needs? Trolleys, catering for a wide range of situations, including those for the active child to use themselves. Those are those little trolleys. If they've got them in the UK and Australia, they can push. But the problem with those is if they leave it for a few moments and go back to talk to mum if she's further back, an elderly person can come round with a basket on their arm and trip over them. So I don't think they're all that wise. There's also a fun mobile for high sensory engagement, trolleys for parents with multiples, others for parents with newborns and capsules, trolleys to connect to wheelchair frames, and a Caroline cart capable of taking and securing someone weighing up to 150 kilos. Call points are available throughout the store for customers to press for assistance, and that's really good because sometimes you're looking for something you don't often buy and can't find it, can't find a shop assistant, so press the button and someone will come to you. There's also staff available to use basic sign language, another step forward. The team can too deal with those that have mobility or vision impairments. And another big plus is that customers can even call ahead if they need a trolley to be brought out to their car. How wonderful for disabled people and parents with young children, if they're on their own, to have the trolley brought to the car. These are on offer for the whole of the time the supermarket's open, but the full service is available from Monday to Thursday afternoons. Well, that's it folks for this week. Catch me on my Facebook checkout pages as well as my Supermarket Sleuth page, and you can find me on the Supermarket Sleuth channel here on YouTube each week, and live on a Saturday morning on Magic Talk, the New Zealand's Magic Talk radio station weekend live show at 10:45 New Zealand time. Now, if you find that difficult to reach, you can go on to magic.co.nz and click on the talk lozenge at the top of the page, a little orange lozenge, and that will take you to it. But if it's difficult because of the time zone situation to go live, you can go to my Supermarket Sleuth page on Facebook after the show's over, and my friendly technical producer Jeff, he sends me a recording of it and it's up there for you to listen to. So that's all for this week folks. Have a good week and be safe.